Well, for the last several months, politicians have crisscrossed the country seeking your vote even before the official campaign period began. The question, however, is and remains, whose agenda are they pursuing? Tonight, we unveil the program that will focus on nothing other than your agenda. The latest opinion polls list the high cost of living, insecurity, corruption and poor leadership as some of the key concerns in the country. And so tonight, we begin now with a global perspective. And for that, we are now joined live by KTN's Sophia Wanuna. Sophia, tell us more about this locality where you're at right now, where, of course, the very high cost of living is impacting negatively on Kenyans there.
Thank you, Anne. In a recent poll released by research firm Ipsos Synovate, respondents said that the biggest problem facing Western Kenya was the high cost of living. Now, the cost of food items, housing and transport are top on the list of items whose prices residents say have skyrocketed in recent years as Kakamaga's population has risen. Experts say this may be indicative of a town whose infrastructure is not quite ready for the influx of people that the county government will bring. KTN's Wilkester Nyabwa now reports.
Kakamega County, population 1.6 million and growing. The population pressure bringing with it its own unique challenges. According to a poll conducted by research firm Ipsos Synovate, the biggest challenge facing the population in Western Kenya is a high cost of living. The face of Kakamega town is changing. Companies have moved to offer their services to a population that is growing rapidly. And as the numbers have risen, so has the cost of living. The prices of commodities such as food have skyrocketed in recent years. This, locals tell us, is in part because most of the food items sold in Kakamega town come from other regions such as Mount Elgon.
Kama Kakamega ni watu, kuna kampuni nyingi za miwa, so watu wengi wanapanda miwa.
We tend to concentrate on growing cereals in Kakamega, and we don't pay a lot of attention to growing the vegetables. Yes, because the only vegetables we find at large scale are kitchen gardens. Yet, I think we should take advantage of having off-season crops so that we can feed the population in Kakamega with crops that are grown during the dry period.
But this does not explain why housing is so expensive.
The housing system has skyrocketed. We are having houses that users are paying to the tune of 20,000 shillings here in Kakamega.
While many rejoiced when several institutions of higher learning moved to Kakamega town to offer their services to students here, the general feeling is now that these students are driving up the cost of living in Western Kenya. In 2010, the Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology received its charter, turning it into a fully fledged university. The university has had a tremendous impact on the growth of Kakamega town and is said to be the driver of economic activities in the area. Students from Masinde Muliro and other universities that have moved to the region have contributed to the demand for transport. Banking services, groceries and accommodation are also on demand. This has given rise to employment opportunities, but the high demand for commodities has also had the effect of driving up the cost of basic supplies.
Hata unaona hii potapota pia sinaongeza bei kwa sababu wao ndio wanafanya sinakuwa nyingi sababu ya university. Hata sisi wenyewe tumekuwa sasa hatutembei sana, wametufanya tumekuwa wafifu, ukipata 50 yako unapanda pikipiki.
The students and staff of the university come to about 12,000 people, while the university has space for just 3,000, meaning the rest must seek accommodation elsewhere. And the rent is not cheap.
When I came here, I was told we have no rooms. I didn't expect that. I had paid the money in the bank only to arrive here, and then I'm being told there are no rooms, search for rooms. Then when going outside the school, I'm finding the cheapest house is 8,000. Imagine you don't have anything, it's 8,000, you pay, you get in. You don't have it, it's upon you.
5 years ago, this town has everybody knows, was a sleeping town. Reason being, we did not have many people coming from outside Kakamega. Most people who are in this town were from the neighboring communities. But now, as a result of the new development that is around in this town, people coming to invest, definitely they are coming to invest and employing people to work. And everybody who is employed must find a house.
With Kakamega town now poised to become a county headquarters, fears abound the infrastructure will not be able to support the number of people who shall flock to the town in search of opportunities, and that the high demand for limited supplies shall only drive the cost of living higher. Wilkes Anabwa, KTN in Kakamega.